Hello, everyone. Today is August 19th, 2022, and it's a Friday. So let's review the Renko charts and the price action in the Renko for the three markets I trade: gold, crude, and ES. Today we have one invited though, which is NQ. In NQ, I did one trade and it was a profitable one for $345. I made two trades in crude for $840 and two trades in gold, and those both of them were losses. So it's $300 in the two of them. So a total of $885. Not bad for a Friday. And let's review what's happening. So before I do that, let me point out here in the right here in this corner, I'm gonna put right there, I'm gonna put my settings for this Renko chart. So in that way, I don't have to go to each one of the indicators for you. So it is actually there's a video recorded there, so you can get there and visit it. So basically what I have here is the ES. So ES opened last night or at 6 p.m. And then moved, made a good move all the way up until this level just before the market opened. So the movement was in two waves. Basically it was coming from here to there, and then another one here to there, and then another one here to there. So three waves before the market opened. And then right here, it's where the market made a higher high right there in a double top. And then when the market opened right after, at 10 minutes later, then it triggered a bounce out of this smooth 50, and then move down another leg. So when the market is that extended overnight, I prefer to stay a little bit away and not expose myself to additional risk that it's it's probably going to damage the day right out of the start. So I didn't enter any of this. Obviously I was sleeping over here, but then this one here I didn't take. You see that there's a very choppy action here and then came back down. So the choppy action actually is coming right. Let me go back and do it right. So it's coming in this area here. There's a very choppy area. You have a bunch of double tops and then a bunch of double or a bunch of tops and then bunch of bottom. So price was doing something here and then finally broke to the downside right here. And then it's very choppy, very tricky market. If you didn't get this one or this break, then probably I stayed away from ES. Okay, so let's review the trade in NQ. So let me change this. So NQ, this one was actually a little bit more clear to me, at least, that it was going to break to the downside. So if you see right there is the trade. Let me adjust it a little bit. So you see, and let's view the chart in here in the top left corner, and you see that you know, there is a move to the downside here, and that is the one that I catched. This one overnight also moved, you know, in force to the downside overnight right here. So the move already happened, but then it moved up and then started to go down, and I saw an opportunity to take a trade right here in this in that area. So I took it there, and you see the setup is a week out of the moving averages. So let me open this one and probably you see in this area here, let's mark it right there. So this area here where I took the trade, then is this area here when it's breaking to the downside as well. So it's actually at the same time as the ES broke, and it was kind of like a good setup. So I took it. Let me go back here again. I'm gonna expand this one so make it a little bit more clear on here. So we'll see what is the setup. Again, this one is a week out of the moving averages. So price was moving down, made one attempt here. This one was a valid entry as well. This the first one. Then it moved back down, moved a little bit to the inside of this channel in between the 34 and the 18, and then triggered an entry right there. So you see the entry is right there, and the first exit for a profit was this one here, and then then I was stopped out at this level here, which is very similar to that one. So in between the two of them, I made $345 in NQ. Now price kept moving down here, so you see there's a move down there, another choppy kind of like up and down movement all in this area, and then finally it broke again. So that was kind of like a couple of trades that you could I'm not very used to trade NQ. Probably I'm gonna start doing it a bit more, but you see that there's an area here that has started to chop again. Right here, no, that is not the one I wanted. So right here, this is very, very choppy. So have to be careful once it made the move, and then you know you have to wait until a better setup shows up. And you see that it's very choppy. So I think that I was okay with just you know, taking this one shot and then leave it there, because you know it moves up and down. $345 is fine for NQ. Okay, so let's check crude oil. I mean gold. In gold here, I took a couple of trades, and these trades were both losses. So the first one is so market already moved to the downside. Again, overnight was moving in the bearish direction right here, right, and then made an attempt to recover. all the way up here, right? And then it made a bounce, and then I took the trade right there. So so it was actually, the trade was here, right there. It's a week out of the 18 moving average. So the first tick above this first candle. Let me expand it a little bit. I'm sorry. So the setup is a week out of the 18, right there. So it came back down, and then close above the 18 with that tail, right? So this week here is the order I took. So it is right here in that point right there, and then immediately after one tick, or two ticks, actually came back down. So I was stopped out in at this price in the two orders right there, right there. Okay, so so it's actually a loss. The first loss was $280, and really, I mean, it is okay. $280. It was the first trade of the day for me, so that's fine. Then I took another trade here, and this one is a week out of the also a week out of the moving average, and I didn't take the second one. I should have, but I didn't. So this let me tell you what I mean. So the first one here is this entry. It's a setup. Again, you see right there, it's a week out of the 18 as well, very close to the moving average, and there was some congestion in this area right here, right? So price moved up, down, and then finally broke to the downside. So the trade I made was there, but then I started to see that this one was not moving very well. So I put the stop right above this one, just in case it came back down. It came back down and then failed to complete this next candle and came back, and I exited for $20, for $10 each of loss. So it's actually a scratch, and because it took a little bit of time to move in between these two bars. So I should have entered again right there in that week, right? I did not. Don't ask me why, but I didn't. And then price move for a nice profit right there to the downside, and then started to move sideways again, and right now the price is we are very, very close to about an hour away to close the market, and it doesn't really move, has not moved that much, a little bit to the downside here, but not making that much movement. And the anchor chart here is actually bearish. Everything is pointing down, but there's no actually momentum or tempo in these charts. It's they're very quiet, very quiet. It's a Friday and before the weekend, so not that much activity there. So again, $300 loss in between the two of them. The first one was $280 loss, and the second one was $20. Now let's review crude oil, and then crude oil. Let me see, where is it? Right here, and then 30 minutes. Okay. So crude oil, it's been a little bit more volatile. So I took a couple of trades here that are interesting to review. Okay, so you see that crude is moving in the. I'm gonna check the overnight here. So in the anchor chart, what I see is that the market is going down in the overnight, right, all the way from all the way there. I don't really like that. Let me go back there. So really move down in this direction and then recovered and then make a higher high right there, right? And then move down, then up, then down, then up, and then down. Okay, so that is the anchor chart. It's, you know, leaning towards the bullish side in the first during the morning, and then moving down back to the downside in the afternoon. Okay, so that is the anchor chart. Now, 30 minutes, you see that there's a couple of interesting things here in the 30 minutes down below. You see that at 8 a.m. Or even 8:30, it started to move up in this to the bullish side, right? So right here, you see that this candle here, there are three candles that are moving to the upside there, and then another move around 10 a.m., you know, made it all the way up there. Okay, so market it was bullish in the 30 minutes, and so I started I made some trades in crude following that direction. Now I missed this one here. This is at the market open 9:20. I did not trade that one, but I took this one here. Okay, so in this one, I wait a little bit because it was already a little bit extended. So I was hesitating to take it, and when it closed the second bar, that is when I took the trade right here. Okay, so that one there is the entry at 1919, and then the first target $200 was right here at this level at 90.39. Okay, so then I was stopped out. The market didn't want to continue, and then came back down, and then I was stopped in the second contract right here at 90.31 for $120. So in between the two of them was $320 on crude oil. Okay, now then the market came back down. You could take this one here, but it was a little bit extended and facing a mid resistance one. So you see here that there's where's the resistance? A resistance one level on the pivot is right here. Right here you have resistance level, and then you have a previous high, and then you have mid of resistance right there out of the pivot point. So actually it was kind of risky to take it there, and it was already extended, so I did not. So it was come down and then up and down and then came back down. So I did not take this second entry because of basically the extension of this run right here. Then market started to come down, and then it was settled. You see here in the MQ momentum indicator, you have this triggered right here, right there. Now, to tell you the truth, you know, I was not clear or sure if I wanted to take it. So what I did was to rely on the lower time frame or lower break in crude. So I was looking at the, let me see if I have it here marked. Just one second. Let me look for it. I'm checking my other chart on the smaller time frame. Let's see. Just one second. I wanted to show you how I took that trade. Yeah, I have it here. So this is the small bar right there. Okay. So I was looking at this one actually, and then I saw the bounce here in the small. This one is the 2510. And then you see that I took the trade in that week out of the moving average here. So this I have congestion in the 3 moving averages, and then I took it right there. Right there is my entry, and then this is the first target, and it was off at $100. So I secured $100 there, and then the stop started to trail right there, and then I just let it go, and then I was stopped right here. But my stop was not following this chart anymore, but it was following the, let me go back here. And then my stop was actually triggered on the larger part, because I wanted to give a little bit more space and room for crude to run. I think that crude is bullish still. It has not been moving as bullish as I thought, but I think that there's a little bit more space to run in crude. I don't know. Probably I'm totally wrong, but the fact is that I wanted to see if it was able to go all the way up here. I didn't trace it after 11. So and then it came back down in the afternoon at 1:30. So yeah, so those are the 2 trades in crude. The first one was $320, and the second one with this run, the first one a target 100, and then the second one 420. So it's 520 in between the 2 of them. Crude oil gave me $840. I'm sorry, I was so 520 on that trade, and then 320 on the previous one. So that one is $840 in between the 2 of them. Now, other settings that you can see here are kind of very clear. You should have, I should have taken them, but I did not. So that one there, it's a clear one. That one there is another clear one, a little bit too extended. Remember that this line right here is an extension of the opening range. Okay, so you see that indicator also in the video I pointed out before. So, but that one was a good entry. This one kind of like was iffy because it's already extended. You see here the momentum indicator right there. It's already above this 25. So so kind of like hesitating, and then in the afternoon, normally in the afternoon I do not take trades in crude. I prefer to take them in the morning. Sometimes I do, but not today. All right, so guys, remember to subscribe to this channel if you like these videos. I also created a Discord account, so if you have any questions, you can either do it in the comments below or join the Discord channel. The link is in the description, and let me know any questions you have. I'm gonna do my best to respond. Thank you so much for watching.